Tuesday, I think, and I think Custom Eastern's opening them up Saturday, and Twill's next Saturday. So everybody's getting going unless we have problems with the rain. We'll see about that. A lot of this stuff in the baseball dictionary doesn't matter to you because it's a lot about stats. For instance, an at-bat, that first thing. There's a difference between an at-bat for a batting average. For instance, when you get up to bat and you make it out, what we call O, no hits and one at bat. The batting average is 0. If you've gotten a hit, the batting average would be 1,000. But you're not going to get involved with that. You're going to leave that up to your manager. But he's going to take this book and make up those averages. And for instance, if you walk, you get 4 balls and you walk to first base, it doesn't count against an average. You're still O for O. And that is considered an official at bat. It doesn't go against your batting average. Drop third strike, you don't have to worry about that except if you're in majors. Anybody here doing majors? And you kept score, I noticed your name, yeah. And have you, yeah, good. So you're familiar with what third strike and the drop. Minors and below, they don't have it.
Drop third.
You see it quite often, actually, in majors.
It happens all the time.
Interference and obstruction, I'm not even going to get into it. You don't want to know about it. And most of the umpires don't want to get into it. It's rare to call, but when it is, you're going to hear yelling and screaming and carrying on. But it's just something that you don't have to worry about other than if somebody is out because of obstruction or interference, you're going to have to note it in the book. It's a difficult, that and batting out of turn. Have you had one yet? You've had to if you're in the
Oh,
majors.
yeah.
You guys have had them.
The hardest part is not saying anything about it.
I'm absolutely positively 1,000,000% guaranteed. Some people are starting in A-ball, you're going to have batting out of turn. Guaranteed. It just goes with the kids and the manager. So we'll cover it a little bit later. Those are the important ones, and we'll talk about more, but we'll get into a game here in a bit, and we'll see when we do get into that game. These are the lineup cards that you should get from your manager at the start of the game. They should look like this. They're either a 3 or 4 part document, and they're that size. And that's what they should look like. When you get this is what it should look like. It should have the full name. It should have the uniform number. It should have the position. All included on that. If it doesn't have it, say thank you very much and I'll go do it the right way. And you're going to get them on the first day. On opening day, they are so nervous, they haven't slept all night. They don't know who they're going to play. They don't even know the kids' names yet, so it's really
Or their number, or anything.
And when you go up and ask for it, they're going to do, oh, wow, I don't know. Okay. Because you're not going to start the game
Just
until
first
you're
names will
satisfied.
not count.
You're in charge. Not the umpire. You are. The umpire can tell you they're in charge. But if you don't have your book ready, he can't start the game. That's important to know. And don't let an umpire bully you. District 30 guys won't, but maybe some other people might. And you're dealing a lot with kids at Twill, I know, and they don't really care. They're just thinking about
They're 25 bucks.
You know, it used to be 40.
Dang.
Yeah.
We're ripping them off.
And I talked to the president, I won't name him at that time, and I said, you knock that off. I says, that's too much money to give these 10-year-old kids. And so, yeah.
They're getting heckled out there, man.
Got down to 25, well, that's good. So anyway, let me introduce who we've got here. Running our PowerPoint for us, Chuck Kibbe. Chuck runs our website and the Orange Leagues. He does all of those tournaments for them, and he's very involved with the All-Stars. Jason Johnson here is our ace #1 scorekeeper, kind of, sort of. But he does our important All-Star games. When we get into All-Stars, we've got to have somebody that really knows what they're doing, because All-Stars, everything goes back to Williamsport. They run that tournament, we're just their pawns. So
I'll do $40 a game though, if you want. Hire me.
For real. Same. I'll take your money.
And now that he mentions that, he's never taken a cent. 100% volunteer. And we appreciate it, I tell you. So anyway, Mary Ann in the back is the district secretary, and she's responsible for what you're looking at, all these documents. And my name's Denny Curran. I'm the district administrator, and I've been doing this longer than some of you people have been alive. So, in fact, I coached in Angier way back about 1976 or 77. Not any relation. Darn. Good kid. Good family. Anyway, let's get started. Basic reasons for having scorekeeping. At any time you have a question, please ask. Because if you're thinking it, somebody else is thinking. And we need to get it answered. I don't want to wait till 30 minutes from now and then try to go back to it. So anything, at any time, ask me. Okay, ensure that every click. Yes. Yeah.
When they told me when I volunteered for this, they were saying that we were going to use Game Changer.
Okay.
So, what I'm learning tonight, can I submit this instead of using Game Changer? Or am I going to leave this meeting and still be told I got to do it with Game Changer?
What league are you in?
Pardon?
What league?
MSLL.
That's North Sunrise, okay. Scott Gilbert, your president. You can take all this information that you get and it relates to Game Changer.
Okay.
Now, how that little device operates, I can't help you with that.
Okay.
Sorry.
I've been both.
I know.
This is a phase.
Totally thought about it.
You learn this, and you'll figure out when you change.
Got it. Okay. Great.
He's used it, like I said, it's technical. Me and Bill Gates don't get along. He can give me money anytime you want. Ensure that pitching eligibility is observed properly. That is very important. That's your top job, is pitching eligibility. And it happens in single A all the way through our seniors. And it has to be followed. And you have to make it. It's the only time that you can overrule an umpire. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself in trouble. But if an illegal pitcher goes to the mound, notify the umpire once. Don't you yell out to the pitcher or to the manager. Tell the umpire we got a problem. He can't pitch. And they're going to be asking you all the time, how many pitches? And, what's the pitch count? It's just, yes.
I hope I'm not going to be asking too many questions tonight. When I heard that it was scorekeepers, I thought it was just a matter of keeping track of how many runs. Know who is eligible to pitch. How will I know that?
when you get that lineup card that we showed,
Right?
ask your manager,
You're good.
and hand money to your coach and hands it to you, and they'll have listed there the pitcher. And ask him, on this first day, everybody's eligible. Nobody's pitched yet. So you don't have a problem. The second game, somebody's probably not gonna be eligible. And you're gonna have to put highlight his name on the lineup, or put a little, I don't know, what it is, warning mark by his name, yeah, NP, anything. All right. Just so that all of a sudden you're in the fourth inning and they say, well, we want to put Smith back in the lineup. I said, no, he's not eligible. He pitched 81 pitches last week. He can't.
Yes. Yeah, double A, yes.
I don't know about single A. Single A is different with, each league handles single A differently. But if you have a child pitching, he can only throw so many pitches, and we'll get into that. And how you do that. Okay.
I have a question, Denny.
Yes, sure.
I've had an instance where I knew who was eligible to pitch, but the opposing coach didn't agree. And so he thought the kid that was pitching was not eligible,
Okay.
but he was. How do we diffuse a situation like that?
Well, the first thing I'd ask him, why are you talking to me about that?
Right, okay.
Because I know that he's not. He didn't pitch last Tuesday.
Right.
And you think he did?
Mm-hmm.
So all you can do is discuss
Right.
it with him.
I mean, yeah.
The only other thing that he can do, if you really want, protest.
Right, okay.
Good, now we just hold up the game while we have to go.
Mm-hmm.
No. Usually it's the other way around. They
Right.
wanna wait till somebody throws a pitch and now they got a forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
So, the opposing team knows more about your team than you do.
Well, I mean, you're right.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
But that's an odd, hadn't heard that.
No, it wasn't that situation.
It's been awkward.
Yeah,
The last spring.
yeah, we'll get into that.
Oh, single A? You were in single A, right? Last spring?
No, it was in majors.
Okay, what else? we got?
I was in
Oh,
single A last year.
Final score, Dave. Please do that. I know it sounds silly on Game Changer, you can do it, it's easy. If you're using this book,
Yes, a bunch of
you write it real big here.
Got my own.
Angels,
I did
10, Dodgers, 0. Yeah, I'm an Angel. Can you believe they open up against each other in an exhibition game? Who planned that?
Artie. Sorry.
No, I don't think it was already.
I know, but just can't stand that guy.
But make sure that you put the correct score there, because along comes the people that keeps track of wins and losses. They have to look at that, and it means a big thing to the managers and of course all the teams. Arrive at the score booth 30 minutes before the game, and you're saying, why? Holy cow, it doesn't
Still
take
gonna
that
run
long
out
to
of
figure this out. Number one, do you know the manager of the opposing team? No. Do you know the manager of your team? Probably. Is he the one making out the lineup? Maybe. And once again, this opening day, you won't have it ready. But you're gonna have to go find the opposing manager and get his lineup. So it's gonna take a little bit of time. Then you're gonna have to go and probably have him redo it, because he's gonna give you a lineup that says Joe, Tom, Jose, and Willie, and that. Yeah. It has to be like this. Supplies needed, scorebook. You're gonna have to get it, it's normally in the snack bar somewhere, every league is different. Find out where they keep it, you're gonna have to go there and get it. And take it to your game. Pitch count worksheets, we've got them there, we gave them to you. We'll talk more about that later. At least 2 pencils and a pencil sharpener. The lead's gonna break, guaranteed. So get yourself a little pencil sharpener. Gosh, you can get them for $1, I think, most of these dollar stores. Pen only for the pitch, well, do not. Who said, you told me about how to make a mistake? Well, I'm gonna have to go over your shoulder, oh, that's wrong. But don't use a pen, because now you're gonna have to erase it, and you don't wanna have any erasures in these books, because it just draws a red flag. So always use pencils. Talk about the red one in a minute. Try to limit the use of the eraser, write notes instead. Have the red pencil, we gave everybody one, and we'll talk about it later. A highlighter, you're gonna want that, just to, for instance.
For your ineligible pitcher.
Yeah. And a timepiece, stopwatch, your cell phone. All the leagues now have times. And they always have had times illegally. And now Little League's gonna let us use times. Geez, what a thought. They decided that finally you should be keeping track. And get yourself something, don't do it, I don't think it's a good idea to do it on your phone. Because while you're doing, all of a sudden your kid grabs the phone and you got a problem. Somebody suggests, well, how about a kitchen timer? No. It goes to 1 hour, now you gotta start it over and you forget about it. You don't. I would do it two ways. You wanna put on a watch and list it, we'll show you in your scorebook.
Write down
And
the
then
start
another
time.
one that has a
Don't give your
alarm.
phone.
Don't give the
Write your
game
name and
changer
phone
by
number.
your phone.
After the game's over or before, you may have to call you. If there's a protest, we're gonna have to call you. Okay? I'm not, the league is. Record the game time when you started. 5:06, yes.
The previous slide at the end, it said no signatures, don't have to sign.
No. No, the umpires don't. You hear that question? Do the umpires have to sign the book? No. What are they signing? They don't care. They're going to get their 25
Kind of
bucks.
the first issue.
I don't even have that slide.
You're gonna have to find out what the
Two.
time limits are. No new inning after an hour and 45. When did the new inning start? When the last out is made in the previous inning.
I love this one.
There's a fly ball to right field, and the right fielder catches it, the next inning has started.
Dang, so you better hustle.
Record the exact game situation, heaven forbid a protested game. Have you had a protested game?
No, not yet.
Oh, good for you, dude. Oh. Anybody here had a protested game?
Most managers just want to play.
Boy, the president's must be say within.
You have the board members on duty are doing their job.
A suspended game, we may have that because of the rain. And you're gonna have to sit and tell us exactly where we are. Smith is at bat, Accountant's 2-2, Jones is at second base, there's 2 outs, and the score is 6-3. You're gonna have to write all that on something. That's what that note's for, you attach it to the book. 4 elements. I love
Does the
these.
pitch count
2
change?
teams, right? Home and visitor, an umpire, and you. That's what we need. That's 4 elements to a Little League baseball game. And if you're not there, you don't have it. The umpire's not there, don't have it. You're missing the team. That doesn't happen very often. Well, it does with all the travel we do. Very rare. In this book, and I think most of all our leagues that are doing are still using this book. The visitor always goes at the top here. They bat first, the home team is signing first. Simple as that. And the game changer will have home and visitor also. Yeah.
When we're talking about scorekeeping, we got two books. We got the team book and then is the official one a physical scorebook, or is that up to the league as well? Real part.
Bet you they're on game changer, I'd be surprised if they're.
So for the team book, or for the team score, we could use a book, but then the league would be specific to whatever the league desires.
Yes.
So we could have to learn both. Right.
Once again, like Jason said.
When is District 30 gonna have for a game changer?
We're in Villa Park and we're gonna be doing the book.
The book?
Yeah.
Oh, you
but
are?
I mean, some teams will do game changer, but we talked to the president, who's our manager, and he said the book was fine. So, last year though, we got away with just doing game changers. So I think it varies. I don't think you have to do game changer. Like, I don't know how to use it very well, and I feel more comfortable with a book, so I do the book.
I don't trust the
There's no little
Wi-Fi.
mandate to have
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
on site.
Somewhere there has to be an official book or something in game changer for each team.
For something the league to decide.
Yeah, because we need to know, if everybody played, who pitched, how long. So I don't know how that works, and I don't know how you go back and game
The league
changer.
must have an account that you have to log into. Because how else
Are we
do you keep
keeping
it
all
official?
the statistics that
Or
we're
if
doing
everyone
here
just has
for
their own
the
account?
team that we represent? Are we doing it for
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
the opposing team
Yeah.
also?
Oh, if
Yeah,
you're
you
keeping
could
track of the game,
list
yes.
it.
Yes, we can do
So,
both.
there'll be two of us doing that.
Hopefully.
Their guys,
We could get in that
Ideally.
later, but
Okay.
that's- Hopefully you'll have the visiting team sitting with you. Because one of you, excuse me,
Help you out to be honest.
both of you should be taking care of the pitch count, and you should compare it every half inning. And home team will be the official, no matter what the managers and fans and anybody, the clergy, anybody tells you, they're wrong, you're right. It's that simple. But you have two people, makes it a lot easier. Because one of you is gonna come up with 20 and the other 19, and you're gonna say, oops, which is it? Let's check. And we'll show you how to check. If you do it. That's a good question. Okay, where we at, Chuck? Okay, we talked about first and last names, players, managers. For instance, you can see here, we listed Vladimir Guerrero. That's how long since he's been doing this. I think he started with Babe Ruth, it seems like.
Some plays now.
But look at all the information. And that should be on every single game. And I don't know if, Game Changer, do they allow all that? Do they have the phone numbers? You can, okay. Put the team name, whoever it is, who the managers are, who your umpire is. Why do we need the umpire, the head umpire? Because if we have a protest and or a problem, we can call and talk to that umpire, what happened? And the scorekeeper, we need your name and phone number. We may have to call. And then the start time is 5:05 and it ends at 7:05. That's a 2-hour time limit. That's back in the good old days. At the umpire clinics, we're really on the case of all these umpires to keep these games rolling. Supposedly, you're supposed to have 1 minute, think about that, 1 minute between innings. And the umpire's gotta go for 3 and 4 and 5, and now all of a sudden you got 2 hour and 15 minute game, this could be an hour and 30 minutes, could be in and out. make sure you got the player's position and his uniform number. You cannot have two players with the same uniform number. You cannot. And every player has to have a number on his jersey somewhere. If not, get some tape out. Put it on the jersey. Don't duplicate it with another player. Okay? Okay, we're talking here about absent players. If a player is absent, you would put him down at the very bottom. This is a line up here, down here, with an A by it, meaning absent. They have to know he was absent. That's why you didn't play 12 players that day. They have to, and then after, if he's absent 3 times in a row, then the player agent has to get involved and find out why are you absent. And if he doesn't have a good reason, he just doesn't like the coach, then he'll probably be dismissed from the team. Occasionally, and it doesn't happen very often, you're going to get a player that is disciplined. And you have to let the league know, the manager does when you do it. And if he's disciplined, do the same thing, put his name down at the bottom and write a D by it for discipline. And the league must know what the reason was for him being disciplined. And every once in a while we have problems with some kids that just have issues. And they do some stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So you can't let them be around the other kids. Player arriving late. The game has started, 15 minutes into the game, and all of a sudden here comes Joey. And what happens, the manager has to go to the umpire and say, Joey is here. And at that point in time, the umpire will tell you that he's here. What is the manager going to do? He has 2 options. He can put the kid in the game, and he would be inserted at the end of the lineup. Or he can say, no, I'm not going to play. If he does play him, he must get in his 3 innings, and he must bat. But it's up to the manager. He does not have to play. Most managers will. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
Is that for all divisions?
Yes.
That was-
Maybe not T-ball.
No scorekeeper there anyway, so.
I heard, it's always fun to hear parents say, yeah, our team played good today. Yeah, we won. Really?
Is that rule after the first pitch?
I'm sorry?
Is there a time limit there, or is it after the first pitch?
For the, you mean,
For the late?
late first pitch. Actually, it would be even before the first pitch. Sometimes they know that he's gonna be late for whatever reason. He was, I don't know.
Is it okay if I say I'm not front table, or is there a reason that?
No, everybody's afraid of me. But you got an angel hat. You can move right up here in the front row. Yeah, the Dodger hat.
Go sit with Shohei.
Before the time the game starts, when the umpire calls play ball. Go ahead.
Anybody from detail, is it the first pitch or is it when umpire calls for play ball? Because my opinion is never really said.
Sometimes they'll just tell you game starts at such and such time. Like that's what I usually write down when they, whatever time they tell me.
I know some leagues do that. They start the game at 7 o'clock and they're not quite ready for whatever reason. That's what goes in the book, 7 o'clock. The first pitch takes place at 7:09 and we've lost 9 minutes. You have to talk to your league
At a
about
5
that.
p.m. game in March, you let happen in Carpenter.
You know, when you talk about
You're gonna run out of
that,
daylight.
there's a lot of discussion about it. But that's what the rule is. When he says play ball, that's what it means, so.
Not the first pitch,
Yeah, that's the first pitch.
not the, sorry.
Yeah, that, mid-hill, when the AFC start, pitcher's warm up, and he'll get, you point at the pitcher and say, play ball. The young kids will not do that, despite their high pay. Just don't do it. Your district attorney umpires, and I know you do a lot of good opportunities. They will point and say, hey,
The point of the term play ball and
yeah,
doesn't.
that's when you record it. But check with your league. I know some, I can't remember who it was, who said they
And all
charted
they say,
the
like,
minute
balls in,
it's supposed
coming
to.
down.
It doesn't do that. To record players' defensive changes. One thing about our lineups now, since we've gone to the continuous batting order, what everybody calls the CBO, this lineup never, ever changes. It's cast in stone. Once they exchange it at home plate, done deal. Never changes. No matter how bad the manager wants to bring up his number 4 hitter 6 times in a game. It never changes. And that player we talked about that was late, he goes to the bottom of the very bottom of the lineup. He might be their best hitter, but that doesn't matter. He goes to the bottom. Okay? Use red, there's where your red pencil comes in. Making defensive changes. When we did this originally, that really mattered, and it's not so important anymore because everybody's batting, and the managers just do not make defensive changes. We aren't geared to do it anymore, so we don't. We make them do it in all-stars, and even then they don't have to, because that's continuous batting order also.
What do you mean by defensive changes?
I'm sorry, defensive changes.
So like the center fielder goes and plays right field? You're saying that doesn't happen?
You don't have to, you go nuts trying to follow all that kind of stuff. Even if he comes out of the game, we would want to know that because everybody's got to play. Once again, you have to talk to your league, but most everybody has 3 innings they got to play defensively. Plus everybody bats. You don't have to worry about that.
So just the pitcher and the catcher then?
Yeah, that's very important.
So just to clarify, they can switch. You just don't have to record it throughout the game, just the first outing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the pitcher changes, you want to.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Pitcher and catcher, that must be reported. And sometimes the managers don't do that. You can see the pitching change. You know, it was right, and now it's the left hand. You got to change. But
We have
you
snow
don't know.
football.
You never see the catcher's always got a mask on. And, and
All
you can't
eyes are
see the
on
numbers
those 2 people.
the stuff on the equipment on him, and you may not catch that, and that's very important. We'll get into that a little bit. How do you do that, Jason? You just look for the best?
For our stuff, it's usually the umpire and I are usually working together. Because they watch pitchers and catchers so closely to make sure they know. So you look at numbers. And you're sitting there for an hour, so you see the kids, kind of get used to the kids. So and you know your
Most
kids.
by the 3rd or 4th week, you've seen most of these
Yeah.
kids around. You know them.
It is important if you can get into a protest. If you don't catch them, you don't report it, and managers, they'll report the pitcher, they won't report the catcher. It happens quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Make the lineup. That is the third lineup, except for one, but it's the same thing. got here, we'll have you fill it out and before we get to the game, okay? No first pitch before you're ready, if you're not completely ready, let them know. You have to be ready, so you gotta record every pitch. So don't get started too soon. During the game, watch each play and record the results and the score. Right away. Don't say I'll get back to that later. Gotta record it as it happens. Keep an accurate count of all pitches thrown and record in the scorebook each afternoon. I always record the pitch the minute it leaves his hand. We got a pitch now. I don't know if it's a ball strike, but I record the pitch right away. Don't get caught up in that. And we can go back, I'll show you how to go back and check that if you miss it. Right, short notes is necessary to explain any unusual game situations. Anything like you talked about. That should be reported to, they've got, I think, most of the leagues have board members on duty every day, and that should be reported to.
I think that instance was actually.
Someone needs to get upside your head.
Some of these managers.
After the game, have the manager sign the scorebook and the pitch count log. Both managers, winner and the winner be glad to do it, the loser's gonna give you the bad eye. But you've got to sign it. And return the scorebook to the snack bar or wherever they're kept. Everybody has a little different situation.
Don't take it home.
Do not take that book home. And don't give it to your 7-year-old and say, take this back to, you will find it in the sandbox before the day is over. So make sure that you take it. It's very important. And you don't even want to have somebody take it. Because things might change. Especially when you both had a player that you gave an error to. Dad don't think it was. So you really should know. It happens. You're gonna be like you have some experience in that area. Probably Jose. Anyway, please get that book where it belongs. System of numbering players by position. You can't say first baseman or shortstop goes to the first baseman for an out. You just can't do it. So every single position on the field has a number, not a uniform number, but just the number of his position. And it's in this, I gave it to you so that you can refer to it after the first couple of games. And it's pretty simple. As you can see, it goes from the pitcher and catcher, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shortstop is 6, and then 7, 8, 9 for the outfield. Some of the leagues in minors and below will have a rover. And that's number 10. Majors, I don't think any of the majors play 4. They're not supposed to. Scoring bases. Intentional walk. I hope this is the new one. Oh, yeah, manager can say, walk this batter. Just tell the umpire walking. That's okay. Intentionally walking, you're walking once a game. But you marked down 4 pitches. He gets penalized, penalize the pitcher, you write down 4 pitches. He didn't throw them, but nevertheless. Now what if he had 2 balls and 1 strike? So you've marked 3 pitches. And he says, no, we want to walk him. So you put 2 more, you charge him with 2 more pitches. Don't forget to do that. Important. Yeah, okay.
I got a question about that.
Yeah, of course.
I think the line says that you could do it after they've thrown some pitches.
Yes.
So let's say they threw 2 balls and 2 strikes, and then they want to do this Intentional
Intentional.
walking. Do I add two?
Just two,
Alright,
to make it to four.
cool.
Yeah, so he gets on base, and then just while you're getting there, IW, intentional walk. Okay? Oh, okay. Come back to it. Anytime you make a defensive switch, now, a sophisticated scorekeeper, we talked about that a couple of minutes ago, will want to show this. And what you do is, everybody see those red lines,
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the back? And that is a defensive change being made. So you would write in that young man's box, under his name, top four DH, which means he's not a designated hitter. And somebody else is going to come in and play second base. There it is, number 5, Anderson, top four, another red line, and we know he's down to second base. And that's how you would show those things. Pitching would be the same way. And we'll get back to pitching when we get into pitching. Okay? You're not gonna have much of it. Managers just aren't used to reporting anymore with the continuous batting. Everybody's got to play at least 6 defensive outs, and I'm almost sure all our leagues play 9 defensive outs. You have to check with the league to make sure. Batter will lead off next inning with no count, with the final out of the previous inning was made in the field and can run on base. So, and that's where you're going to get your batting out of order, especially guaranteed at the lower levels. Single A, double A, that young man is not going to understand. He was up at the plate, and a kid tried to steal second base, and he gets thrown out. So now the inning's over, and this kid thinks, well, I batted. He actually comes up the next inning, and starts off the inning. He's not going to understand that. And maybe the manager will forget. So what do you say that happens? Nothing. Never, under any circumstances, for any reason, no matter how much money someone's going to pay you, never mention batting out of order. It's not up to you. You may know it. You go to jail if you say anything.
For how long?
The end of the game.
Which team?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's your team.
Yeah, I'm saying.
If it was Otani, yeah, it's many years.
So how do you score that? But let's say if Tommy's supposed to be up, but Ricky comes up, you put it in Tommy's position, whatever.
It's a mess, that's what it is.
Unfortunately. Because it's something that you've just got to be aware of.
And it happens, and it just sucks.
I think this is pretty simple. Yeah, the 5-run rule is in effect from AAA on down. Is everybody aware of that? I think you've got to be aware of that right now. 5 runs in minors, and the inning's over. Okay? Always use a pencil, avoid erasing, secure your coffee, soft drinks, spills are a bummer, they really are. You're trying to keep scoring and scrambling and do housekeeping, it's not fun. Concentration and focus on important. I don't do scorekeeping anymore, thank God, 'cause I've got Jason. I kind of enjoy watching the game, but when things come up. And you cannot keep score without concentrating. You just can't. There's too much stuff going on. Like I always said, you got a $20 bill, you give it to your kid and say, get lost, I'll see you in 2 hours. Problem solved. Because they'll come running up to you throughout the day, wanting this, wanting that. And it's a tough thing. Provide info to the umpire chief, but do not publicly disapprove. You don't legislate, you just report. The umpires decide the legislation. Number of trips of the pitcher, you're gonna make sure that you take care of that. Limits on that. If they change sides before 3 outs, let everything happen, and then the umpire will say, hey, the 3 outs ago, now what happened? And let them, when they reach 5 runs in an inning. Remember, you don't record. Let's say that they've scored 4 and a kid hits a ball to the fence. Well, then they're off running, and nothing's going to stop them. They think they all score and come around and score one more run. Unless the ball clears the fence for a home run, then you would score all 4. That's the only exception to that rule. It's the best rule Little League ever put in. When it was first put in, gosh, it was a wailing and gnashing of teeth. Oh, I bet. It was just awful. Now it's just, everybody agrees. I mean, you have run games with teams that score 36 runs. That's no fun for anybody. Okay?
Denny, before you move on,
I'm sorry.
is that only up to AAA or is that all the way through the majors?
Your 5 runs?
Yeah,
That's AAA.
AAA and down. Okay.
AAA down, yes. Majors is brutal.
Yes, sir. If you made it that far, it should be.
Yes.
I may have missed it, but was the scenario where you would count all 4 runs in the example you just gave?
Home run, clear defense. Yes, it's not, can't be a little league home run. You know, it's 3 feet from the plate.
Not a bad fielding job.
You don't even, it's like there's 4 balls on the field.
But I mean, if it goes over the fence, they deserve it, right?
Absolutely. I've seen it happen once. With the new Ted ball.
Tell Wyatt he's got to hit it over.
So if you compare, they're 50 and 80 or 7 runs or 8 runs by score.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it's possible.
Okay.
You want to take a home run away from your wife or your son?
Heck,
If he made the home run and it goes over the 5 runs.
I would run away. I don't want to talk to that young man's mother.
No kidding. What do you mean we don't get those bucks?
Boy, you ladies can be brutal.
You
That's
people felt my
things
brutality,
that
sir.
I wasn't even aware of.
Send me some food.
Anyway, score sheet backwards after every play, start with the batter, and record what happens to that player. What did he do? They go up to the previous player on bases and record what happened to that player. Where did he end up after all the dust settled? And then you can fill it in. Okay? Talk about the pitch count a little bit. Cross check pitch count every half inning. Score. Yes. Okay. Okay, pitch count rules.
This is so important.
This is the
Listen up.
number of pitches and each age group. Do we have anybody from juniors? Here, or intermediate? No. 11 to 12 is 95. 9, 10, 70. 7 to 8, 50 pitches. And you shouldn't take the spring breaks. I've played games where an 8-year-old will throw 50 pitches in the inning. That's brutal. I don't like them pitching at that. It's not my. That's the maximum number of pitches they can pitch in a day.
So we're going by age regardless of division.
Correct. Yes. Now let's. Okay. Pitcher reaches the limit while facing the batter. The pitcher may continue to pitch until the batter reaches base and the batter is put out. On the third out, he may complete the half inning. In other words, the runner is put out. So he starts a player with 84 pitches. So on the 85th pitch, you think, well, he comes out. No, he can now finish that batter, no matter what happens. If he fouls off 10 pitches, well, so be it. Now he's thrown 95 pitches. He gets to complete that batter, and then he's removed. And when a pitcher's close to his limit, especially for those $25 kids, you should let them know, hey, this guy's got, probably not that one right there, this guy's got 71 pitches. And let him know.
Managers will ask you too, because they want to know. So be ready for that.
They're very good about it. When this first came out, they weren't good about it because they thought it was a dumb rule. But they found out so many kids were having Tommy John surgery, it become an epidemic.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a 10-year-old didn't have a ligament in his knees or his arms so he can throw and pitch? Wow.
So do you count those pitches that go over, or do you stay at their max?
You know, you would still report them, but when you do the log, you would show that he threw 95 pitches, for instance, and the threshold was 85. He started at 84, so he's legal. It's not a problem. Yes.
And it's based on age, not on division.
Absolutely.
And so if a 10-year-old 1 week is 10 and then turns 11, his pitch count goes up?
League age.
Yeah.
League age, okay. And how do you know everybody's league age?
You ask.
Really ask. Usually the opposing manager knows. He knows more about your team, like I said, than they do. And you know what? I found in the last 7 to 10 years, the managers have gotten honest. Really honest. They're very good about it. There was a time when there was no holds barred. You can always, and you can ask, they'll tell you. And they will ask you, the managers will ask you constantly, how many pitches do my guy have? And they'll want to know at the end of half innings. And they may want to know in between, and then you can tell them at any time. It's not a problem. Okay? Catcher to pitcher. Any player who plays position catcher with 4 more innings in the game is not eligible to pitch on that calendar day. So, you might, in the major division this year, play a doubleheader because of rain. It's possible. So, if he caught 5 innings in the first game, he cannot pitch in the second game. Once again, taking care of elbows and rotator cuffs. And 4 innings. He's caught 3. He comes out, squats down. First batter comes up and throws a pitch and next time. Too late. He's now caught 4 innings. One pitch is an inning. You can't pitch on that day.
What about warm-up?
Oh yeah, it doesn't count.
Okay,
That's
just the first pitch of the
Official,
bat.
yeah, okay. That's a good question.
Pitcher cannot play the position of catcher. Pitcher delivers 41 or more pitches in a game, cannot play catcher. 41 pitches, he can't catch. So if he pitched 41 pitches in the first inning, he can't catch the rest of that game. That's why pitch count is so important, and they're gonna depend on you. Now, what if the manager comes out and says, well, you're the dumbest person I've ever met in my life, because you don't know how to count, and turn to your buddy, how many you got? I got 41, and I got 41, and I'm in charge, so thank you very much, go back to the dugout. And they will argue with you about pitch count, I guarantee you. They don't do it in majors so much. Majors have gotten good at keeping pitch count, and they're just better at it.
They're trying to pull so they're still eligible.
What's that?
They're trying to pull the kids before they hit those thresholds so they're still eligible.
Oh, yeah. That'll happen. Okay. So once again, it's all about safety and trying to take care of our kids, their arms. Scorekeepers provide pitching head coach, managers and coaches, whatever they ask, anytime. Inform the umpire, let him know. Hey, he's at 72 pitches. Let me know. He says, okay, thanks. Proactively inform only the plate umpire. And he'll go and talk to him and say, hey, Smith's done. Oh, I forgot. You'll have to replace it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actual pitches. Okay. Each pitch delivered must be counted. Must be entered in the scorebook, and at the end of the game, pitches, scorekeepers, pitch, remember now, if you're the home team, you're the official. You are a little league official, as much as the umpire, as much as the president of the league. You are a little league official. Doesn't matter if the manager, coaches, parents, coaches are different than yours. You have to cut up and compare these records right. You don't even matter. I don't care what they say. Doesn't matter. It doesn't happen too often. The last time we had it happen was right out here on this field. How do you like a job where you're always right? Pretty good, huh? That's why you get $25.
Not me, just the umpire.
Okay. 14 and under the okay. It's 1 to 20, no calendar day.
Must be pretty nice to be
21
talking
to
that pretty
35,
long.
1 day. 36 to 50, 2 days. 51 to 65, 2 days. And 66 or more, 4 calendar days to rest. You can't pick when you can play any position. And under no circumstances shall a player pitching 3 consecutive days. I don't think anybody schedules 3 games, but you might with the rain. It's possible.
Tournament?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Even at Williamsport, 3 days is out. And once again, that's trying to save their arm. Right. That threshold that we just talked about. Better pitching and continue to pitch anyone with the following conditions. Prepares the battery, the base, and then tires. So if he started the batter at 19, he could pitch up to 25 pitches and still have no calendar days.
Okay, Denny, explain that rule again. Because this is where we got in the controversy with the other manager saying that our pitcher was ineligible.
If you've thrown if a player has thrown 19 pitches,
Uh-huh.
and now a batter comes up and he stays in the game, and he throws 7 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's got 26 pitches, which means that he's going to have a 1 day's rest.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. Because he started him at 19.
Right.
So he still has no calendar days rest.
So the final pitch count is
26.
26, but his eligibility would go back to where he started his last batter.
19.
Perfect. Okay. Super confusing. And that's where we had our discrepancy with the manager of the other team saying our pitcher was ineligible. Because he was going by the total count, not the.
No, he's
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly.
Bring your
I thought
PowerPoint
he
with
was
you.
doing the rules.
Well, I'm recording this for my parents who can't make it.
You what?
Well, we had a couple parents that couldn't make it. They thought there was another one, so you're being recorded for your. Because I'm too nice.
Very helpful. It's very helpful.
So you get used to it. It's just, you can see how critical it is to do it. Okay? You want a total for the lead, you want a total for the total. We'll show you how to do this. Jason, you keep them score for you. We'll show you up on the screen how to do this. Okay? Go ahead. Pitch count log, you've got a sheet, we gave to you in that packet, and you need to fill that out at the end of the game for all your pitches. And that goes back to the office or wherever, so everybody can look at it. That's public knowledge, if you will. All the managers can see it. Okay? That is the one time you use your pen. Now, don't start using a pencil. You want to do this in pen. Yes.
Actual pitches and the threshold pitches, like, what's the difference?
That's what we just talked about. The threshold pitches, threshold was 20. When he got to 20, and he pitched pitches over 20, he had to have a day's rest. Okay, he started the batter at 19. That's going to be his threshold. He threw 7 more pitches, and now he's got 26, but he still doesn't have to have a day's rest because he started that batter at 19.
So their eligibility is counted where they begin their last batter. It's kind of I know.
How come you're not paying any attention to this? You don't trust her? She's feeding you full of malarkey, or what? That's an Irish dude. Okay, ways to make a batter out. Look at all this stuff. Okay,
I come back to these all the time.
all right, you just do it backwards.
Oh, boy.
It's all the way at the end.
The number of the circle with one mark or something.
That's the out. The third out. This is just an illustration. For instance, on the infield fly rule, you see two, comes the second out. Notice how they stop that line before he gets to second base. And just so we know. Ways to get on base. These are all the different ways you can get on base. Catching interference is very rare. That was the playoffs. Notice on this, where the home run is, they fill that in. That's because a run has scored. You want to be doing that when we'll have, I think it's going to be 14
Put lots of those on your page, but not on the other side.
Okay. Tally up, you want to check the code, indicate the
Those
foul
are a lot.
score.
Yeah.
Look down. Well, but where does it belong? That is scorebook to 6-year-old, please. All right.
I think I actually had a 6-year-old when I started this. Not anymore. Oh, he went like almost to the end.
Batting ones, because we got the CBO. So you don't, that doesn't mean you're gonna go. So getting the defensive out.
Pages, brains, whatever.
And don't get all wrapped up with it. Why? Because sooner or later, the parent is gonna ask, what the hell is going on? This kid only plays 1 inning. Okay? What you wanna do is talk to the duty officer, who's ever in charge that day, and let them know there's a problem with Smith. He's only getting 1 inning supposedly. Because the scorekeepers, you guys are not gonna record it. Why aren't you gonna record it? Because the managers aren't telling you. But he's gone in, and you don't know when there's a new left fielder. We even have trouble in All-Stars. All of a sudden, we look out and oh my gosh, what's he doing? So, it's a tough thing. If you've got announcers, announcing the game, make sure they announce who's in the batter. Don't even give him the lineup or her. Because they'll announce who's supposed to be up. Holy Toledo, we got a protest. He's announced the batting out of order. She.
Yep. It's a nightmare.
Anyone, for that announcement. Not to anyone. You are going to have people coming up to the scoreboard saying, hey, isn't he out of order?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm busy right now. You can't let them know. You got inside information that you can't the vote. And we'd like the CIA, we don't, nothing.
Will you explain why it's so important that we don't say anything?
Because it's an appeal play. The defense has to catch it, and you can't be part of the
Assisting them.
It's important because you get it out.
So the third strike, player swings, tips it, and the catcher drops it, and he can run to first. So he gets the first. What do you record that as?
I was gonna.
Drop third strike.
Say what?
Drop third strike.
It's a K.
Okay.
It is a K. because it gets first.
Yeah, he gets first.
You
drop
put a
third
K
strike.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a strikeout.
Because he's so
You
struck out.
just don't put your out.
It's not an
No
out, that's
out,
all.
but it's a
Just depends
K.
on how you want to write, what you want your book to look like.
Yeah.
I put a K and then draw the line first.
So the pitcher still gets his strikeout.
Yeah.
Because essentially it's charged against the catcher because
Yeah.
he dropped it. So the pitcher wouldn't take the hit for that.
So you could have 4 strikeouts in it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a major.
That's major zone.
Major zone.
It's like 4 different Ks. Call back, backward K, forward K.
Just there.
Called out on appeal for failing to bat in the proper term. Okay. And the only way, I've got about 4 pages on it in there. And let me try to make it easy as I can. You're up. Are you a good hitter? Oh, you got a hit.
Sure.
Now you are reading the rule book because you're still worried about this thing I told you about.
Yeah.
And you're the pitcher, and so you don't come. So, gosh, you're busy, I'll go up. So she comes up.
You better not tell anyone.
So she comes up. Now what happens? Right now, nothing. First 2 pitches are fouls, and the manager says, oh, wait, time out, I got the wrong batter. And so she comes up. No problem. But you have 2 balls on your count. You pick up her count. Okay? And so we just go on. So there's no problem. Now, same thing, she's a good hitter, remember? She gets another hit, same thing, still hasn't figured out the rules. Now you come up, they throw a pitch, and she gets a hit. And she gets to first base, she goes to second. The manager comes out and says, Mr. Umpire, she's batting out of order. And the umpire is going to turn to you as scorekeeper and say, is she batting out of order? And you go, oh yeah, she's really out of, obviously you guys were the visitors. You know what happens? It's going to point at you and you're out. So you didn't come up. So we got an out, and she comes right back up to bat.
So she would come off of first base?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She goes back too. You can't do
Oh, okay. So your base runner would go back too.
Now, managers don't even know how to do this most of the time. They don't understand the rule. And we've had umpires, offensive umpires, say, my lady's out of turn. Okay. It's too bad. Good, she's out. You know, that manager just wants the defense to catch it. And if they don't catch it, you can't tell them. Don't you dare tell them. You go in jail.
Bad boys, bad boys.
Yeah, that's right. Boy, I don't want to be around for that. She hits a home run and it doesn't count. Oh my God.
Oh, dude, you're going to be in a world of trouble with some parents.
Get in my car and leave.
Quit.
I'm just there to answer the question. What's actually going on? It's not my job to tell somebody they're out of order. It's not my job to tell the manager that Jimmy hasn't played the 3 innings. If you as an umpire come ask me, I can either say yes or no.
Yeah,
All I'm doing is keeping record.
that's all you are, you're a record.
But if the coach comes and asks you
You
about
can even
pitch
tell your own
count,
team.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's a delicate situation.
And you'll have parents come in and be
That's a good question.
like he said,
What do you do
wait,
if?
so did you, I don't know.
You know what you
Sorry,
do?
I can't answer right now.
Stay, don't talk to the umpire. That's what you tell him. And then the umpire will come to you and then.
Because it could make a difference in the game.
So you can still record all the strikes involved and everything on her area, even if she didn't, she goes up to bat, and then those pitch counts still count against the pitcher, though, correct?
That's a very good question, thank you. Yes, it does, and that's important. Every time that ball leaves that can.
And goes out of batter, because if he's warming up, it doesn't count.
If your own manager asks you, that's something to ask an answer.
If he asks what?
If he asks you, like, who's up?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And before the inning starts. And that's, you're gonna run into that problem, you had that thing earlier where, you know, kids up to bat, constantly in the field. You just don't get it if you get the bat in there. Especially if that was the single A level, that's what that's gonna be. And that's still, the only place it doesn't count is in T-ball, nobody knows that.
Yeah, that's in the order. We're good.
Where's my right fielder?
Running around the track, whatever.
So you said that before the inning started, a coach can ask you who is up next. Once the inning has started, they still ask you for an answer?
Yes. As the official scorekeeper, yes. I could come up and ask you. You want to get the umpire involved. Make sure the umpire says, you don't want to take on any responsibility in the first.
Well, don't worry, Dave, because the other coach will call you over, he was asking.
The coaches must say, who's what our first three batters.
Oh, sure. Absolutely tell them that. Yeah, because they just have a hard time. You know, they got all these, you know, they're struggling, so, yeah, you can give them that information.
They're struggling.
So you could
I'm
answer questions,
struggling.
just not, is this person out of work?
Yes. Great questions, thank you. Okay, Ted. Did you get on that?
Yep. These are those.
We got out of order, what?
Out of order.
We're out of order.
We're out of order. We're all out of order.
Oh, what? So, if you don't mind, we need to be there early enough so that we can start the game on time. I don't know if they'll, if you'll be able to get, 30 minutes, probably, I'm gonna say a third way through the season, you can probably cut it down to 20. And you know, that's easy for me to say, you know, there's always traffic and 100 different things. If you wanna try to get the game started on time, I think that's really important. What's next? You always try to bring ineligible pitchers to the attention of the plate umpire. That's very important. You really should do that. Never identify batting out of order to anyone. Never. Not even the umpire, if he asks. Because like Jason said, I don't know what it is about Little League managers. But one manager comes up to talk to the umpire, the other manager comes up. There's something where they just have to come out together, like a bunch of politicians get together. Yeah, you gotta know what's going on, man. They're pulling a fast one on me.
Sorry, real quick, for the bring ineligible pitchers to the attention of the plate umpire?
Mhm. If you, one would be this, what we've talked about with these,
The catcher situation
yeah,
back.
catcher happens quite often.
What is the ineligible pitcher throwing warm-up pitches does allow for a protest? What does that mean?
I thought we changed that. Ineligible pitchers throwing warm-up pitches doesn't allow for a protest. I thought that was thrown out.
That's what I'm telling you.
They were on the map and started throwing the protest. They were official.
I know. I think that.
Like, would they be warming up the catcher then if they're ineligible?
What's that?
I mean, I assume they would just be warming up the catcher if they're ineligible. But I mean, why would
No,
there
he's
be?
talking about a pitcher.
That's what I'm saying. Why would there be an ineligible pitcher throwing warm-up pitches on the mound anyways if he's ineligible?
Well, because he doesn't know any better.
Well, I guess.
Or the manager
The manager, yeah.
told him to go out. Sure, they
We
won't
had
care.
that last year.
Okay.
So what
Big
happened?
deal. The coaches got into an argument with each other.
No,
and
like,
then-
what do we get? I figured that's happening anyway.
A board member
No,
got
that's
involved.
happening anyway.
And then I think we had to call one of the board guys over, it was like a big deal, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna have to look
No, I'm just
that
gonna
up.
put that
I
out.
mean, we would normally like, wait, who's that kid? What's his number? And we would figure out these ineligible, but I don't think the other coaches can protest the game when as long as we figure it out before we start.
Before a pitch has been thrown
Before
to
we
a
start
batter, yeah.
pitching to a kid. Somebody's gonna figure it out.
It says it allows for a protest. If the protest were to come to me, I'd say, would you take this back and burn it?
Are you really? Like, we're not going to, yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
So what is the penalty, if a pitcher comes in and went over his pitch count or something?
Well, first of all, you could lose the game. A
So do we
forfeit.
forfeit for that team?
Yeah, it's pretty severe.
So if there's a pitcher warming up who's ineligible, that could be a forfeit?
That could.
Fun.
So, yeah, I guess no, you're eligible pitchers.
But not
As a manager.
Not if it comes to kids play the game.
But if a manager pitches an ineligible kid, he can be suspended too, can't he?
Mm-hmm.
It's automatic.
Yeah, that's the penalty. The manager.
The manager
gets
gets
suspended
suspended.
if it's found out that it's pitching kids ineligible.
Does it affect that game though? So like, say,
That's up to the board to.
If it was protested.
Yeah, we've got a protest committee, it's usually 3 people, and they decide,
okay.
and it stands, they can appeal it. Little league people. I've had an 8-year-old games, and it just drives me crazy. Just one of the worst things I've ever had. Never mind. Never interrupt live play. And even if somebody gets hurt, let the umpires handle it. Umpires have got to handle anything on the field. You don't want to interrupt live play. Well, you actually personnel in the booth. Most of you have areas where you got booths at San Diego. Oh, you don't. Well, so you're still. Wow, it's unfortunate. Wow. Anyway. Talk to Jose. Yeah, he's telling you need a booth, and you need it now. But I think most leagues have areas where the scorekeepers can get away. And all you need is 2 people. Not even the kids. Like I said, give them 20, send them on the way. Okay. Try not to show or express favoritism. Yeah, I know. Your kid hits a home run and you go berserk. And that happens. But yes.
I have a question just about the pitch count rules versus the batting out of order and like when as the scorekeeper you step in. If there's like the pitcher catcher stuff of they can't play catcher if they pitch or vice versa. they're ineligible coming into the game and an ineligible guy's warming up, you say, hey, you can't be in, and you interrupt at that point, but if it's a batter, you don't interrupt, you let it
That's
happen.
correct. You let it happen. That's an appeal
You
play.
interject for pitching ineligible pitchers, but you don't for ineligible hitters,
That's correct.
With the umpire.
with the umpire.
You don't go, hey!
Yeah.
Yeah, never publicly disagree with the umpire. I had a scorekeeper happen at Northeast, and she went nuts when he called a infield fly rule. She said, that's not an infield fly. She said, not up to her. It's up to the umpire to make that call, not a scorekeeper. You're not a legislator. You're just a voter. You're a volunteer doing a legal service. You're absolutely right.
I wonder what
Like I said, they
write
can't
that
play
one,
without
you know.
you have fun. Once you get used to keeping score, it makes the game fun. It'll change your whole outlook on baseball. I've got a thing at home, Sandy Koufax, probably none of you ever heard of him. Pitched a no-hitter, and I was there, and I kept scoring that game.
Oh, cool.
Not easy game, bro.
Did you frame it?
Okay, abbreviations.
Maybe the guinea corn.
So what is like the penalty? So I'm not supposed to say anything, and they just kept playing like that, and I just keep scoring on the wrong box. Because I gotta.
Wait.
That's right, let me go back to that. Once again, the greatest hitter of all time has got another hit. She's still arguing. Oh, yeah. And you're a Dodger fan too? We're throwing her out of the game.
Ineligible.
Base hit, and she doesn't come up to that, she comes up to that and she gets the base hit.
No, I got it.
She's saying if it keeps going,
Now,
like then she comes up and then she comes up and then I come up.
pitcher throws a pitch.
Yeah.
Another pitch to the next, to her. Throws a pitch. She now becomes legal, and we just move on. Nothing can happen. I think that's kind of what you were.
Yeah.
Just skip over
So
that.
even if they find out, like after 2 innings, just.
So they have to protest while the next batter's up.
But when you're
Now, let's assume that she's got the base, he throws a pitch and he calls timeout, wait, she batted out of order. Too late. One pitch makes her legal.
I think you already answered this, but when you're marking the book for the batter, are you marking the correct batter or the batter who's at the box? You're
We
marking
just leave her spot
empty. Okay. So you would just continue to mark the correct person even
Yes.
if they're out of, okay. You're not going to be making marks for a batter that's not hitting the ball.
You obviously live and you live.
So our rule lady would just be blank. Okay, so I've been doing it right for the last 4
Here we
years.
go. These are the abbreviations that you use.
Well, because when she said scoring in the wrong box, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And they're pretty much self-explanatory. My favorite one is double symbols down at the bottom, W. You'll get this, was not watching.
Did you have a
That'll happen.
was not watching?
You're gonna be doing a game, and all of a sudden,
Single?
the runner at third base,
I mean,
where the heck did they come from?
strikes
Yeah,
What do you want?
it's simple.
and
There's no pitching.
runs,
Yeah.
and that's it. I get on to the
Thank you. Well, now, take out this sheet.
You're doing it like that. Start in single A, because every year you like add a layer.
I can
On
see
this
that.
side, you're gonna see openings. That's the Angels. Turn
You
it
start
over
in
to
majors,
see
we're like,
the
oh
Tigers.
my god.
And you're gonna list the Dodgers. Now, when you're doing it, make sure that you keep a space. For instance, number one, wins for the Angels, and then got 2 blank spots, and number 2 batter. I need to put my glasses on. Johnson.
Maybe, who knows?
Came before. But you wanna make sure that you leave some boxes, you might have things to do. So go ahead and fill that out for the Dodgers.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, right here. I've done this before and I'm still like, doo-doo-doo. I'm so glad my mother-in-law made me eat that grilled cheese.
Before you came?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was debating whether to have dinner. I did have dinner, so I'm good.
She's like, are you sure you don't want anything? I'm like, actually, what do you got? She's like, I'll make you a grilled cheese. Man, it was so good. I'm still thinking about it. Who are these people?
You can barely read this writing.
I don't know. Blylevin. Bert. Number 51. This is like nothing compared to being a PA on the football field. You want to talk about pissed off parents? Oh, I get gifts. Thank you.
Thank you.
The best was when we got the coin flipper thing. Those were so cool.
Yeah, what name is this?
Which one?
The fourth one. Pert?
Bert. Blylevin. I wonder if there's an Ernie on here. I got Pictor. I'm on 26 Ramirez. I could probably, oh no, because they're going to want to watch this. So I could probably stop recording myself, just banter on. I literally like work alone in an office all day, so like when I get around this many people, I'm like, woohoo! Human interaction! Yay!
Okay, I just wanna make sure, because I remember there being a big deal with Iowa, so I haven't seen it come up.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Look at what I did. I just like wrote it all like I was like making a list.
No.
It's like I've been
Now you
doing
do
this
the whole
for a
thing over
million
again.
years. My brain is so fried right now. Just like copying the list down like an idiot. See, this is why you come 30 minutes before. Or when you have to do dumb stuff like this. Oh my god, I had 3 teams last year on the football field give me
I thought you
their...
had the 2 kids, a girl and a boy, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
My son plays tackle football in the fall.
Nice.
And it's a whole thing. Like I thought baseball was a lot, and then I was like, oh, baseball's a breeze.
So there's like an actual official scorekeeper for football too?
So it's not, there is, but they keep score like, it's actually like an official, but then like, you have to keep the plays, you have to mark down how many plays each kid gets, and so that's what I do as the player agent.
Got it.
So it's very similar to this though, like keeping count, making sure kids are where they're supposed to be or not. And it's like another one of those things like where like if you're not ready then the game doesn't start. So did I.
That's
And it's
okay.
not my first time.
You just don't wanna put, oh, yep, you did.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, now you gotta start over.
That's what, you can't erase that.
Welcome to the club. That's why we use pencil.
Oh, I get a pin. Score.
Oh, woohoo! Those are the
Where's your
best.
pin?
I think I have one, but I want another one because I might have lost that one actually.
Oh, I'm wearing this every
Wendell.
game.
I had it on my thank you. But what's the coolest? I don't know if you have any. Do you have any of those coin flippers, Denny? Those are the coolest. The coin toss coin. I'll trade you. Yeah. Darn it. You got me excited.
Those are really good.
They're so cool. Oh, some of the pins are better than others? Oh yeah, I already have this one.
Which one do you get? That's what I got. It says Orange County. That's so cute.
Well, we'll leave them. Last year I went to the like Angels Day meeting for like the leagues. And he gave us all sorts of like merch and stuff from like the Little League World Series.
Oh, that's cool.
I got this hat and it's like, it says like Little League World Series on the side because it's like a merch hat, but then on the front it's like the Little League patch logo. My husband was like, that's mine, thanks. See.
Where you going?
Run, we can't start without you.
Oh, we're the visitor. Okay, well, good to know.
Okay, we should be done. It's taken about 7 minutes.
I know.
Yeah, well, no, you don't have to apologize. Point game, 2 teams, that's 14 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because you know your team. You might even get it the night before. I'm talking to the wrong, you're talking to the wrong people. What do you expect from an SC Trojan?
She made it. We can start the game now.
You know, before we go any further and start the game, in your packet, there's a form that looks like this. And all it is, I gave it out, so everybody can know what it looks like, just so you can, after the game is over, you fill it out. Each league has their own. So I don't know if there's, your leagues will have it exactly like that, but it'll be something very similar to that. Okay, we'll get started here. And the Dodgers are the visiting team.
This single A, like the pitching thing is just, I don't have to do any of that.
Nothing. It's so nice.
Great, that's great.
Yeah, Dodgers are visiting.
You know what I didn't do?
Okay, now. See what Jason's done here? That's the pitch, you see what we're doing, circles? That's what we're gonna do our pitch count. And right above that is written the name Cole. C-O-L-E. Who is a graduate of?
What? 12?
Yeah,
Oh,
Western
cool.
Western Little League.
Yeah.
Cy Young winner. He pitches. You know he was a 10-year-old all-star, I'm sure he wasn't 12. Anywho, he's gonna pitch, you have to turn that over, he's the angel pitcher. And right, if he's got to throw his pitcher, he's throwing
Well.
right? So write his name in there, and his league age is 12. Yeah, because he's pitching to the Dodgers.
Ideally, you write it in pen. His name. Yes. The kid who's pitching to your kid.
All right.
It's rock and roll, baby.
Okay, the first batter is Wallace. I'm gonna do for about the first 3 or 4 batters, I'm gonna do balls and strikes for you. From then on, I'll just give you the count, just to speed things up. Okay? For the first pitch of the ball, see what Jason's marking this? First pitch, up there at the top, see those 3 little boxes there above the diamond? And the 3 little boxes, that's a ball. So the balls we indicate, and below it's the strikes. That was the first pitch, and that's a ball. The next pitch, he hits it down over the first base bag, and he goes all the way to third base as the triple. Yeah. How many people did this? That's the pitch count. Gotta track the pitch count. Very important. So we've got 2 pitches so far. Okay? You notice, this is a little sophisticated, shows you how Jason does it. See this line he's drawn here, is that, can everybody see that?
To mark the player.
Yeah.
Batter.
That means that's batter done.
Batter done. Next up.
Make it easier to count back.
Yeah.
It makes it real easy to go back there.
To figure out where you fucked up.
When he circles the 3D and then he also wrote it?
I think he wrote it on there too, yeah.
You have to write it?
Well, you can, but usually you're writing other
It's the
stuff.
same thing? It's the same thing.
Yeah. He has a fat pen.
Yeah. They got a dinner pen. Different color.
Those like vis-a-vis pens or whatever. Oh yeah.
Templeton's up. First pitch is a strike. Next pitch is a strike. There's a ground ball to second. He picks it up cleanly, throws for first, and it's high. The runner's safe. Second base.
Oh, so it would have been an error on the second baseman. Okay. Because it rolled past him.
Now, what do we have? Is that an error or is that a hit?
How old are they?
Yeah, exactly. How old are they?
I always say this. If that's your son hit that, that's a hit. If it's your son that made the bad throw, that's a hit. This is where you can never,
E4?
Yeah,
ever
because it was an
be
error
wrong.
on the second baseman.
You are right. No matter how bad you are, that's okay.
Because he doesn't have a kid in the game, so he's marking the errors.
Error by the second baseman. The second baseman is positioned.
And what did you write on the first one? What did you write on the first box? That's what I thought. Okay. 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 If there's nothing else to write, you just jot it in there? Okay. Okay. So you just hit it. Right, yeah. Oh, I'm sure you got a lot of good ones.
What do you use the red pencil for? Or to correct something?
Outs.
And
Usually.
then like picture changes too, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like underline.
Yeah. Or there's these like weird little like arrow things that you can use, but they confuse me. You see what I'm talking about? Well, like on every box, like to the right, there's like the upward V and yeah.
I continue to never see that.
Or there's like a little error box, and I don't. It's just like it's too much.
Oh yeah, for error you mark this box, right? The E.
You could,
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's easier to put E4, and then you can know who made the error.
Got it.
Because then that's more. It's easier to take stats if you're actually going to do that, which is why everyone uses Game Changer. So maybe someday when young people take over D30, we'll have a Game Changer incorporation into this.
Game changing class.
Oh yeah, I mean you could do both. The service just sucks at our field, but we considered going to Game Changer this season.
All right, good thing. First of all, double A. I've done extensive studies. They never make errors. Not one error ever been made by a single A or double A player. And all they do-
According to the books, anyways.
If you want to find me to work tomorrow, and say my kid went full.
See what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like strikes
Balls.
and runs.
Maybe
Then not even
balls.
balls
I know.
because it's a machine.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And what was the other thing?
It got eerily quiet.
good question. Do you score an RBI? If you scored that in air, no. If you gave him a hit, he gets an RBI. And see, that's a big difference. You know, his batting average goes from 0 to 1,000, and now he's got an RBI. And that's the pay line.
Things are looking good.
You know, in the major leagues, if you get over 100 RBIs, absolutely.
Who else is keeping track of it? That's your job, right?
The Empire wouldn't call it error?
No. Not its job. Because that's stats. That doesn't really affect the game. I mean, it does, but not in like an outs or runs aspect. It's statistical.
It's not a rule thing.
No. By a lot of people. First and foremost, the players. Like, what the hell? I'm obviously a major parent.
Okay, 4 balls, intentional walk. So the umpire,
We got 4 down, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Fly level.
Base on ball. Oh wait, no. Is there an intentional walk spot, or you just put base on balls?
First pitch is a strike.
Oh, he did base on balls, yeah.
Next pitch is a ball. Next pitch is a strike. Okay, next pitch is a ground ball, third, and he throws low to first, and he's safe. Third. Then he goes to second, and he goes to third. What are you gonna call that?
One more time?
It's got to be a hit. You're gonna give him an error? Really? For what? For the... Why does he get an error? Because the runner could run fast?
Why is that an error? He just threw it low.
Oh, he called it on the third baseman, I guess. You're mean. I wouldn't call that an error.
How many pitches we got?
13.
Yeah, yes, I agree. Amen. All the things. And you'll get hung up on that. All of a sudden you hear that crack and you're like, oh no, did I mark it down or not? Trust me, it's happening. And that's when you're like counting the lines and the tick marks and you're like, shit.
What is 65? Oh, that's 6 to 5.
Where?
Shortstop, the last one. Bert.
Okay, first pitch.
E5.
E5.
He called it an error on the third baseman for throwing it too low.
Next pitch is a strike. You never pitch this fast. Next pitch is a fly ball to left field. And it's caught. Templeton tags and scores. He gets sacrifice and he gets an RBI.
To left field? Fine, yeah.
Did the other runners stay where they were at? There you go.
Did anybody else advance or just Templeton?
Okay, that brings up Crandall. Now from now on, I'm just
Nope,
going
Phil
to
and
give
Bert
you
just stayed.
what the count is. So the count to Crandall is 1-1.
And we're really pitching fast now, Denny.
Yeah.
Can we
They're
ask a
humming.
question?
Yes.
What details did you register with something?
That's the first down.
And I circled it in red, it's easier to see.
Did you hear that? That's important. That's what the red pencil is for. Always put your outs in red. Why? There's 36 up in your phone. Wait until you need 33.
How many pitches are we supposed to be at right now?
How many do you have?
I'm not answering that.
Come on.
I got 16.
I got 16, that's what I was gonna say.
No, I have more than that. I have 19 because of the
Six
2.
I got 19 also. I have 19. 19?
Don't be lying.
You said ask who was up to that. What?
That's my son. Don't be adding cats. I have 19.
We're not all right.
Dell has 1 ball and 1 strike.
And
We came in after the commercial break for Dell.
That's it?
Yeah, he just told us that he had a 1-1 count. That's all he told us.
and a 1-1. There's a ground ball to first. And he throws the play trying to get the runner. It's a little league play. Safe. And we're going to call it a base hit.
That's an error.
That's an error.
He's gonna put error.
If that third baseman got an error, this is an error.
Well, yeah, you're right.
You called the fielder's choice? All right, fine.
Put another slash in there.
He's brutal.
Where's the slash?
Are you supposed to put a slash in there?
No,
doing? Oh,
because
right.
there was
Dell.
not a ball or a strike. He hit the ball, so the line went from home plate to first base because he made it there.
We're actually in the 6th inning. Just for
Did we announce it was the last inning? Dun dun dun.
So we're going to replace the pitcher. Cole is out. And Billy Bean's going to come in to pitch.
So he ended at 20.
Yeah. Oh, so you just the lines or everything else. Okay. Got it.
I usually do that line in red. Is he also 12? Is Mr. Bean 12 as well? Excuse me.
Out to the 6th. We've got in position 1. Pitch.
Oh, it's already over here. Cole went to 4. Okay.
But like, really, we don't need to worry about that, right? Just the pitcher.
Just worry about pitching catcher.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, what's his number?
Hey, sorry, you did put a red line under Grendel?
Yeah, so just so you don't mark in the wrong box, it's nice to like make them like clearly not the right one.
Cool. Alright.
Jason made the switch of it, number, is it 29? 29. He's the new pitcher.
Oh, but don't do that on this one because we're still in the first inning. Just do it on his pitch count. When you go to the next inning, though. So, like, don't do what I did here on the pitch. Just do it on the inning, and then come under here and get rid of these.
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh wait, we're not out of the inning yet. Almost. 2 more outs.
You put a red line across somewhere, right?
Down
I feel
his.
like he has one like going this way.
I think he went right here, like to end his like. So you know where he put the game line?
There's a little red on it, right where his
School was pitching, right?
He went out of the game. When he goes out.
Get up there. Don't look at it.
You want to draw a line through the rest of the bubble,
He was forward.
or take a highlighter or something, so that you don't continue by accident.
In the wrong one, yeah. So like from 20 down.
So I drew a line down, and then I put
a little red line
on the top of the next column.
right.
And I wrote the new pitcher's name.
Oh yeah, where he moved, right?
Yeah,
So
like right here. Do it like that.
okay.
And then I also,
Between 26 and 44.
it's hard to see, but you can note the pitching genes
Yes.
on the batter.
Yeah, you could kind of tell it's
So
I see it now, yeah.
It says PC on it. You can draw a circle around that box or whatever. That
I usually highlight it. Yeah, I forgot about that.
When they made the pitching genes. And then I wrote his number.
His number, okay.
Pen, but a pencil, a sharp pencil, you can write that number.
I wrote it in the wrong spot.
That way, again, if you have to go back and do a pitch, if you have to count your pitches, you know where the next pitcher, the new pitcher came in.
Okay, so Ramirez is bad. He goes 2-0.
I don't know why he put the red line there.
There's a base
Oh,
hit
yeah.
to center field. Nevin, by 11 score. And Kramer goes to second. Okay, everybody got that?
I'm sorry. For the pitcher change thing,
Yes.
did Ramirez already get a pitch and then they made a pitcher
No.
change? Okay.
If they change the pitcher in the middle of a batter, it's really hard to tell. Like, you can make a little note as to how many pitches went in, but at this level, you're not getting worried about that.
That would be probably by an injury, that's rare.
So in my mind, I would want that red line in
Above it.
between
Yeah,
the
why?
two.
Espinoza
I think that's kind of your choice, how you keep track of
counts
it.
3-1.
That's like preference.
Crandall stole third base. Very good, 3-1.
Pitcher's in trouble.
Espinoza singles to right. Crandall scores. And Ramirez is thrown out of third. 9 to what? 9 to 5.
Count
get
your
filled in,
full
right?
boxes,
Yeah.
yes. What happened?
The half line, Andy Ramirez, why did he get a half line?
Oh, because he was thrown out at third base. He didn't make it to third base.
Counts 2 and 2. Him.
2-2.
Are you not supposed to bring it up?
Uh-oh, you're in trouble. Going to jail.
That's what you don't want to do. In all the years we've been doing this, only one time did nobody say a word. And one time, and I don't know how many, we've been doing this for 35 years, maybe 40, I don't know. But, yeah, we got 2 tonight. The others are just sound asleep. But, so, we got a 2 and 2 count, and Kim's in the box. He's a wild pitch, and Espinosa goes to third.
I know, I quit. I gave up.
Come back to us.
Time is called, man comes out, I got the wrong hitter up. So, Reed comes up now. You should have been recording all those pitches here. In Kim's box. Do not erase those. Leave them there. And transfer them up to Green. He's gonna come up with that count. Make sure you do that first. Okay?
Load it up.
Now you can erase it.
Have you been keeping track of the pitch count?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I think I might be on.
Next pitch, Green's hit by the pitch.
I have 11 too.
Actually, I have 13. Every counted, I got 13.
I have 13
You got
too.
hit by the pitch.
Oh, then someone.
Hit by pitch?
Oh, that's, yep.
Green hit it.
It Kim's up now.
Question,
Yes.
does Espinosa need to go back to first?
No?
Okay. Because the wrong batter was up when that happened?
Yeah, that's
That's
okay.
okay.
Okay, so Wendell hit out of order. So, and Green didn't hit. So then we take what Wendell, and we put that to Green.
Yes.
Because Wendell's coach came out and said, oops. It wasn't a pro, it wasn't the other coach saying it, was his coach saying oops. So that's why.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, 14.
He'd be sent somewhere that his brain was at.
Yeah. The other coach wants to wait for the at-bat to finish before he says something. The other coach was saying,
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the out.
Yeah, we've been at 5 runs.
Oh, freebie, huh?
We've been at 5 runs.
Yeah.
Wildly first, Espinosa scores.
Say it again.
Ball's hit back to the pitcher. And everybody's yelling at him like everybody does. So he takes the ball and throws wildly to first base.
And
Espinosa scores.
window. Green got on
I'm sorry?
Wasn't there already 5 runs before?
But it's the last inning.
Majors.
Oh, okay.
Okay, nothing's up Snyder.
Wait, does Wendell get an RBI for that, because that's the most scored?
That's gotta be an error.
Is an error, so does it count as an RBI?
No.
Niners, 0-2.
Can you clarify how many runs you're allowed in the last inning?
705.
Don't know that.
They can go and go and go and go. In the majors, it doesn't matter.
Question?
It doesn't stop until they get 3 outs.
But for double A, what is it, 7 for last inning?
That's a league option. It can open it up wide, but the league has to make that option, and it has to be done before the season starts.
So it would be up to the league to make it a rule whether or not you have to announce on the last inning. Because a lot of times in double A, you're not making it to 6 innings just because of time and crappy pitching. But you know what I'm saying? How if you announce at the 4th, this is our last inning, then you can go unlimited rather than having to wait till 6. I think the coach has to call whether it's the last inning or not, and that would be a time limit situation or sometimes daylight. But it sounds like it's a league by league deal.
You're having candy and you're not sharing?
Oh, she's not sharing.
Well, how come you're eating the candy? If she's not sharing.
Me. You want a fruit roll? But someone's always had snacks.
Did we have some friends join our game?
Okay, Snyder, 0-2.
What happened to Dodson?
Next bit, strike 3. Looking. In other words, he did not swing at it.
Snyder came late.
So, how many runs did you score?
Put it back up! Oh, Snyder struck out. Looking.
Backward K. Straight out.
Okay. And now the Angels are coming out.
I have 17 too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18.
Okay.
Unless I missed him saying something.
Victor is alive, so we're putting him in the lineup in the number 11 spot. The Angels. Who wins the first batting? Kevin. 1-1.
51 is pitcher.
Fly level.
What's league age?
12. He's probably, I think, about 73. Okay, win. Next pitch, home run.
Dang it. Too bad you're not the 4th batter. Tres pitches. Got out in 3 and still scored a run.
Okay, that brings up Johnson.
Well, because he's hit himself in.
1-1. Then Jason hits a double to left center.
Tres.
Hey,
6.
Cole, 3-0. and he's safe at first. And the first baseman starts arguing with the umpire, and Johnson scores.
Oh man. On a technical.
Jason's got speed, man.
Just long
Yes. You could call it an RBI, well, that's pretty.
Is SF bunt?
That's a single.
It was a bunt.
Sacrifice, yeah. So what's the bunt?
It was a good one.
Single first base, regular. Okay, Mr. Cummings. Grounded to third. He flips to second. And Cummings is safe at first.
Did someone get out?
It's a fielder's choice, 5-4. And Cummings safe at first. Next batter is Freddie Freeman, graduate of North Sunrise Little League. He has catcher interference. Cummings goes to second. That's CI. He swung and hit the catcher's glove, missed the ball. But yes. Brings up Mendoza. 3-2 count. And on the third ball, Cummings went to third base on the pass ball. Okay, and let's see. Styles is up.
What did we do?
Oh,
Mendoza's still at the plate.
struck out. 20 minutes. So 2 outs. Man, the Angels in trouble.
Nothing new. We're used to that, Denny. It's okay.
Not when I'm in charge.
You gonna buy a baseball team?
Styles, 1-2. And now we're really gonna start playing a Little League game.
Uh-oh.
There's a fly ball in the right center and it's dropped
Oh no.
by the right fielder.
Layla.
Freeman tags, goes to second, and Cummings holds at third. Are you the base coach on that?
He was out there, so he's going home. He went home on a pass ball. Go home! Yeah, Cummins would come home. He would went to third on a pass ball, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, how many pitches you got?
Wait.
22, 23, 22.
I have 21 too.
Which one? Somebody said
I had 21.
21 too.
Guess what? I got 21.
I got 21.
That doesn't mean anything.
Styles is an E9.
Okay, let's do this. And you can do this during the game.
Yeah, because
This is
the
important.
right fielder dropped it.
Let's count. Let's find out how many pitches we really have. So let's go back up here.
Probably my daughter.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Nancy.
Move with us.
12.
12.
Freeman is
So we're at, Denny, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Mm-hmm.
19, 20, 21.
22. Okay. We missed one. And that's how you check yourself before you wreck yourself.
We're gonna do this one more time because it's so important. We're gonna change pictures. Well, you're gonna have to do it because that's get used to it. Crandall's gonna come and pitch.
What number are you, Crandall?
44.
I know a guy named Crandall. It's kind of a douchebag. Sorry, Crans. Love you. Hopefully you don't see this video. I apologize to anyone who has to sit through 2 hours of me talking. Oh. Show me your red lines.
And pick her to catch her.
That means we gotta put a red line here.
Da da da. All that red tape, you know?
What age are we?
Ooh, notebooks.
He says giving out 9 of 30. You're lucky.
Am I though?
6. This dude.
Crandall's coming in.
Crandall.
Did you get one of these? No.
Pencil bag.
I have a bag. From my house.
Okay. That brings up Floyd.
Okay, where did our picture
Little league
go?
play coming up. Councilman Earl.
Well, wait, can our pitcher go to catcher? No. Oh yeah, he can because he hasn't pitched 41, so it's fine.
96 and passed away. Okay, one ball. There was a pop-up between first and second. And it drops between the fielders. And they come and they look at each other and boom, it just drops right there. Cummings scores.
Freeman's coming, no? Or the third base?
They're in the third and Styles the second.
No, Freeman's hanging at third base.
Rangers are down by 3. No problem. Okay.
It's a hard one to catch.
Ward.
Not even if it drops right past your face.
Remember, there's 2 outs. Remember, this is Little League. Okay? Ground ball was short, everybody's screaming and yelling because the game should be over.
Shoot.
And he throws wide to the plate. Freeman scores. Styles to third. Floyd to second. Save from the fielder's choice. Probably don't pull my hair in there too. Okay. So it's 84, right?
Yeah.
So 64. That brings up one of my favorite little leaguers of all time, Billy Beanie. Counts 2-0. much? 2?
2. Take the win, Denny.
Billy takes 2 pitches. He works for Major League Baseball now. And he hits the ball, a 375-foot home run.
Woo!
4 RBIs, light the halo.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, hit the pole. Okay, we kept you extra long, and I apologize. Great questions, people. But don't go, just wait 1 minute. I got 9 scorebooks to give away. So, give me your scorebooks. Yeah.
Oh boy. This is a lot.
You'll be fine.
This is a lot.
Are you still gonna come back and do this again next year, or are you gonna say goodbye to us? I know. So you're gonna be like in the Bahamas or something at this time next year, or? I'm sure.